Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decipher the confusing world of corporate filings. Today we've got Tourmaline Bio, and let's just say their latest report is a bit of a mixed bag with some interesting behind the scenes moves. Before we dive in, if you enjoy getting the real scoop from these documents, hit that subscribe button. Also, join our Discord community linked in the description below for more community insights. Alright, so Tourmaline Bio has dropped a current report on Form 8K. Think of this like a special bulletin telling us about significant events that happen between their bigger, more regular financial reports. This one is dated September 8, 2025, giving us a peek at what's been going on. Now, Tourmaline Bio is a company in the biotech space, dealing with all sorts of complex science, but we're here to decode the business side of things, especially when it comes to the people in charge and their pay. The company stock is traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol TRML. This tells us it's a publicly traded company and therefore it has to share important information with all of us investors. Tourmaline Bio is flagging itself as an emerging growth company. This means they're relatively new and can follow some simpler accounting rules for a while, which is pretty standard for newer companies trying to get off the ground. The main reason for this report, this special bulletin, is to talk about changes to executive compensation and employment agreements. Specifically, it's all about what happens to key people if their jobs change, especially around the time of a corporate milestone called a change in control. So here's the story. Back in October 2023, Tourmaline Bio set up a special plan. This is called the Executive Severance and Change Control Plan, or Severance Plan for short. What this plan basically says is that if a big event happens, like the company being bought out and certain people get fired without a good reason or quit for a really good reason, they get a special package. This package is designed to help them out during that transition. Now, the really important update is that on September 8, 2025, the company's board decided to tweak the benefits in this plan. For two key executives, Ryan Robinson, who is the Chief Financial Officer, and Brad Middlecoff, the Chief Business Officer and General Counsel, they're now set to get a much better deal if they leave under those specific conditions we just talked about. And that departure happens around a change in control. What does this better deal look like? Well, if one of these situations happens, they'll get a big lump sum. This lump sum is made up of 15 months of their current salary plus a bonus that's 125%, or 1.25 times their usual target bonus. On top of that, they'll get their health insurance premiums paid for 15 months for them and their families so they can stay covered. And this is a big one. Any stock awards they haven't fully earned, well, it come theirs right away. That's 100% vesting acceleration for their time-based stock awards. For performance-based awards, it depends on the specific agreement, but it's essentially making their unearned but promised shares immediate. Interestingly, the Chief Executive Officer, Sandeep Kulkarni, his severance package didn't get changed in this update. So while the CFO and Chief Business Officer are getting a boost to their potential payouts, the CEO's deal remains the same for now. This could mean a few things. Maybe his current deal is already very generous, or perhaps the board felt there was a greater need to incentivize or protect the other two executives. And who signed off on this report? None other than Ryan Robinson himself, the Chief Financial Officer, confirming these changes. This filing is dated September 12, 2025, a few days after the board meeting where these decisions were made. So what's the big picture here? Tourmaline Bio is beefing up the exit packages for some of its top finance and business brass. This usually happens for a couple of reasons. One, it can be a way to keep these key people happy and loyal, especially if there's a feeling that a change in control might be on the horizon. It's like saying, we value you, and if something big happens, you'll be taken care of. Two, it can be a defensive move. If a company is in a potential takeover situation, these sweetened severance packages can make it more expensive for an acquiring company to simply fire existing management after the deal closes, or it could be seen as a golden parachute to incentivize leadership to navigate a potential sale. Think about it this way. If you're about to potentially sell your house, you might offer to pay for movers for your existing tenants for an extra month. It makes the whole process smoother. In this case, the company is offering a financial cushion to key executives. This signals that the leadership is perhaps anticipating some significant corporate action or restructuring. Now, let's consider the context. Biotech is a field where mergers and acquisitions are very common. Companies with promising drug pipelines can become targets for larger pharmaceutical firms looking to expand their offerings. So these kinds of adjustments to executive compensation plans aren't entirely unusual in this industry, especially when you're keeping an eye on potential strategic shifts. What does this mean for Tourmaline Bio? On one hand, it shows proactive management looking to protect and retain key talent during uncertain times. On the other hand, it increases the potential cost to the company if certain triggering events occur. From a shareholder perspective, while retention is good, you always want to understand the specific circumstances driving these decisions. Are these precautionary measures or a direct response to ongoing discussions about the company's future? Without more information, it's hard to say definitively, but it certainly warrants attention. In conclusion, Tourmaline Bio has updated its executive severance plan, providing enhanced benefits for its CFO and Chief Business Officer in the event of specific termination scenarios tied to a change in control. While the CEO's package remains unchanged, these moves suggest a strategic consideration of potential future corporate events. So what's your take on these executive payouts? Do you think it's smart business to sweeten these deals, or does it raise any red flags for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description to join the conversation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Ecoder.